We were fortunate to receive a second year of funding for our project. It's kind of been a phase 1, phase 2 project for us. The first year project was focusing on a survey project. So in 2020, we had a sad and tragic loss of one of the young members of our community who died by suicide, and it really started a conversation around youth safety. There was a lot of questions around it, and a lot of community leaders from various sectors came together to have that conversation and figure out a way to make the community a safer place for youth, not only from a physical standpoint, but from emotional, social, and mental standpoint as well. And when we were having this conversation, we realized that the best way to find out how youth feel in their community is to ask them. As adults, we can make a lot of assumptions. Some are correct, some aren't. And so we determined that the best thing to do was to do this survey. And so for year 1 of the project, we surveyed almost 1,700 students between grades 5 and 12. And then we also surveyed adults to get their standpoint. And the survey really asked questions around that safety aspect. How safe do you feel in your community under those 4 lenses? And at the end, like most research projects, there was more questions that came out of it. And so for phase 2, our Steps Towards Resilience project, we focused on focus groups to dig a little deeper into the questions that we had. And so throughout the year, we've been conducting a series of focus groups with youth and with adults in our community, just to dig deeper on more of the mental safety and where kids go when they need help, and who they trust and who they reach out to, and are they aware of the resources that are available in their community and things like that. So we're getting a lot of really great information from that, so that we're not making those assumptions. We know sort of those trigger points that are in the community, and can focus on resolving those and sort of building in some supports along the way there through the focus groups. But we use the same age group, grade 5 to 12, for the focus groups, and did sort of small groups. We realized that no more than like about 12 people in a focus group at a time. That was kind of the sweet spot, because you had enough time for everybody to share, but it didn't feel too big. I think a lot of the buy-in has come from the fact that we didn't just do the survey and then walk away. We are coming back to gather some more information to say, okay, we've heard you, but we want to hear a little bit more, so that when we are making the recommendations to the stakeholders, whether that's municipal governments or the school board or just the community in general, it's really come up from a place that, okay, we've really listened and this is what the community needs. And we're not just sort of throwing a few things at the wall and hoping something sticks. Because I know a lot of times there's surveys that go through the schools or through a community, and it's just like a quick survey, and then you're like, okay, yep, this is the results, here we go, this is what we're going to do. But this time we've come back and said, this is what we're doing next, this is what we're doing with the information, and we're following up. We're not just kind of taking it and running with it.